Who's next? We had that conversation when it was Hayes. All right, you got Hayes. Great move. Who's next? All right, you got Brian Reynolds. Thank God. $100 million deal. Finally. Who's next? You can get Mitch Keller. All right, who's next? I think, and Becky just popped in, and Doran, I know you agree with this, or actually you might have said it and he agreed with you. O'Neal Cruz makes a ton of sense. Because you're going to pay a guy for expectation, and you're going to hope that you get him on a deal. If O'Neal Cruz is who they think he can be, is who Walk thinks he can be, is who Wayner thinks he can be, a 30-30 kind of guy, when my man hits free agency, we're talking about a $300 million player.
Big time.
So I see the merits in that, Doran. Like, you're a big believer in what O'Neal Cruz could do because he's what? Because he's a freak.
Well, that, and I got a sample size. I got enough sample size to see what he can be, knowing that he's a young player, knowing that he took the year off and was around and watched the game. I think that is very crucial in the development of a player, even if you're not on the diamond, even if you're not on the field, watching and being around and understanding the game, I think would help him this year or this past year, even though he got hurt, into coming into this year. And I think that the mindset that he's going to bring to the table this year is just going to be, astronomical to the fact that it's just going to help his game. He's going to just dominate. So I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree about wanting to pay O'Neal Cruz. Shoot, last year I said, it was one of the first Pirate segments we did of the year, of the new season. I said, give him the Wander Franco deal. 11 years, $182 million. If he stinks, oh, well, me scoozy. If he's great, you got him on a bargain on the back end because of the promise that he has. So I won't disagree with that. I will tell you the guy that I'd like to see them get an extension done with, I haven't heard anybody say this, is Skenes. I know he hasn't tossed a single major league inning. I know that. I know you don't have any idea what he's going to be. You could project, but we just saw the Brewers do it with a guy with zero Major League Baseball experience. Jackson Chourio, I think is how you say it, was signed to an $82 million 8-year deal. He's 19. He's played 6 games above Double-A. The Brewers bought out 2 years of arbitration and 2 years of free agency. If you could get Skenes to sign something like that, you're betting on your scouting. You're betting on the entire baseball world not being wrong on this guy. You're betting on your development. But what you would do there is they don't pay for the preeminent starting pitchers on the open market because those guys make 40, 50 million bucks. If you could buy out 2 years of ARB, you could buy out 2 years of free agency, you now have your ace, and you were actually able to afford it.
I think Skenes, if you're Skenes, you probably would want to do that in some ways because pitchers, your arm blows out. He's a power pitcher. You know what I mean? You want to make sure. If I'm O'Neal Cruz, there's no chance I'm signing a deal with the Pirates like that.
Really? Why?
None. Because what did you just say he could become? 300, so he's got pre-ARB, so then what has he got? 3 more years of ARB? So basically 27, 28. So in 2028, he could be signing a $400 million deal. I mean, this is what those guys are getting nowadays. So, okay, he signs 11 years, $182 million. He's getting $182 million guaranteed. The likelihood of him having a career-ending injury is almost nothing.
Correct.
Right? Very, very small. So if you do the math there, $182 million, let's say $100 million of it is after 20, so what are we talking about, 11 years, 2035. Well, from 2028 to 2030, for 5, he's going to be making, what, 15 million, 14 million a year when he could be making 30.
No doubt. I think if you're in the Pirates,
if you're the Pirates, you should do that. Absolutely. And
you put it in front of him and you just make him say no. I think that's what happened to an extent with Keller. He wanted to be here. He said so much with Dan Zangrilli at Pirates Fest. He likes his teammates. He likes the city. He spent 10 years within the organization. He didn't want to leave. But you also got to consider, they're giving me $77 million, all of which is guaranteed. I don't know. My arm could fall off. Who knows?
Yeah, if you're a pitcher, it's different than if you're a position. That's why I said Skenes. If I'm Skenes, I look at that and say, okay, you're going to buy out 2 years of free agency. Okay, I can live with that because at that point I'm still going to be like 29 years old or 30 years old. I can go out and get that second contract if I'm that guy.
What I'm saying here, Paul, is I get what you're saying. I'm making these, every single one of these guys, Skenes, O'Neal Cruz, I might even, to a much lesser extent with Jack Suwinski, make a guy say no.
Yeah.
Here's $182 million. You can have it now, or you could wait and see what happens and just make him say no. I think that's good business. If you sign it, great. If not, well, you got to try.